Okay, so we're post-COVID now. This is 2022. I've got a few things to say about this COVID thing. All right. Back in September 2019, a Chinese friend of mine told me that there'd been a SARS-like virus escaped from a lab in Wuhan. This is what he told me. He said that this is going to be big, and something's going, it's coming our way. I was in Australia at the time. At the time when he told me this, I had no idea there was a town or a city called Wuhan, and I had no idea there was a virology lab in a city in Wuhan in China. Okay, I knew nothing about it. I knew about SARS. We'd seen SARS viruses before, and I thought, big deal. Okay, we've seen them before. Nothing. Okay. At the time, we'd just got through the Zika virus, and my wife was pregnant during Zika in Thailand. I'm in Thailand at the moment, and there was nothing really about that. It wasn't a major issue. It's a mosquito-borne disease. Nothing in the West about it. Just the odd news story. Okay. So anyway, that's another story. This lab leak this is September in 2019. Now, fast forward then to November and December, January, and it started to become mainstream. So, a virology lab is what they call a dual-use facility. So that means it has a civilian capability and a military application. So they study viruses in virology labs for medical reasons, for civilian use. They study viruses in virology labs for weaponization reasons, for military reasons. So virology labs are monitored or watched by intelligence agencies around the world. All right, every intelligence agency that worth their salt will have a desk, what they call a desk for virology labs, and there was probably several desks that are concerned with different virology labs in different countries. So what will have happened? This will have happened. There will have been a bureaucrat who's in the intel industry sitting at his desk, and a field report comes across his desk, says there's been a virus leak from the lab in Wuhan. Now, this will have almost simultaneously gone to UK, America, who share intelligence anyway, Australia. Those three have a intelligence relation where they share intelligence. It will have gone to the French and the Germans, for sure. Okay, and now probably other countries as well. Israel, without a doubt, would have known about this. So, what happens is they verify the facts as much as possible, and then it goes up the chain. It starts to go up through the bureaucracy of these intelligence agencies until it gets to the politicians. Right, and this will have gone up to the politicians because partly because the Americans knew what the research was. Okay, the Fauci was, and the NIH was funding the research in Wuhan. Okay, so the alert will have gone out to the UK and to Australia. This has got to go up to your politicians. Mainstream media companies, as part of their charter, as part of their licensing agreement, have the clause that says that the government can use their broadcasting facilities in time of emergency to broadcast important information to the public. Right? This is part of their charter. I know that because I work for a media company. Okay. So the the bureaucrat goes to the politician. The politician then goes to the media companies, and then he'll talk to the editorial board or the managerial board, possibly both at the same time. And he will say, I need to use your public address, emergency public address clause to warn about potential health threat to the public, and I need it at this particular time. Okay, and then they prepare their people that they want to talk to, get their medical experts in and all the rest of it, bring them in front of the cameras. Now, the mainstream media has been hemorrhaging money for decades, for years, because they failed to get onto the internet earlier. I've got another story about that I can tell you. But anyway, that's off the point. The media, the editorial board, management board will have, once this guy, the bureaucrat, leaves the office, they get into a huddle and they say, right, this is a big story. Okay, it's got to be on every fucking news story, every hour of every day. We follow this. I want a team of editors, sub-editors, senior reporters, all the way down to cub reporters and gophers for cups of coffee and the rest of it. I want you're ensconced in a room and you follow every fucking lead, and it gets on the news every night. This is our big way to make money for the media companies. Okay, and so what's happened there is, just because they want to make money, they're now running down every lead they get. Okay, so it's okay to wear masks. Masks don't have an effect. Or you'll need to wear 2 masks. There's no vaccine potentially for the next 5 years. Oh, hang on a minute, we've got a vaccine, but we can't let it out because we've got a politician we've got to get rid of. And it's just this constant story after story after story on the news. And you've got people lurching from fear, oh, we can wear a mask, we'll be safe. Oh, we can't wear a mask, or it doesn't matter if we wear a mask, we won't be safe. Oh, we need to wear 2 masks. Oh, we won't get a vaccine. Oh, even if we get a vaccine, we won't be any good, blah, blah. And it's just this lurching public going from fear to fear to fear to fear. What happened there was the governments who are interested in controlling the public have said, oh, look, you know, we can download this app, and you can find out the latest news. It'll help you. Oh, we'll also be able to track your location wherever you go, and we'll know who you're talking to and who you're meeting in these locations, and it'll be on all the time, but we're only interested in location, you know. And that snowballed. You download the app, and then, oh, it's got to have an update. Oh, we need another update. Oh, and next thing you know, it's all pervasive in your life. Okay, you can't travel anywhere. All of your rights are thrown out the window because we say so. Now, this happened. Okay, I'm not making this up. The question is why? Why has this happened? Okay, and now take a step back, have a look at the bigger picture. What's on the horizon? Well, what's on the horizon is food shortages. Right, that's more than likely going to hit in the next 6 months. Food shortages, energy crisis, okay, and climate change. Climate change is the big one. Okay, so what's happened is we've had a crisis that wasn't really a crisis because no one died. Like, oh yes, the 5 million people died of COVID. No, they didn't. They died with COVID. Right, the vast majority of the deaths from COVID died as a complication to an underlying medical problem, whether that's obesity, never got mentioned, okay, or heart disease, lung disease, whatever. They died with COVID, not because of COVID. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. It's important that this information reaches as many people as possible. Things are not looking good for the future, and the sooner this kind of information gets out, and I'm just starting here. This is only part one of a series of videos, and I really appreciate support, and also I need to have the support in order to try and affect change, because well, I'll say more in the next video.